Yes, in this video lesson, we'll understand how to use our programming software to plot data using the various functions available. The functions that we'll use here are the plot function for plotting any linear or quadratic expression involving the variable x, and the HIST function to get the histogram of the data, the bar plot function to plot the given data as a bar plot, the runif and the plot function to generate the scattered plot of the random data generated, the pie function to generate the pie chart of the given data, and the box plot function to define the corresponding box plot chart. All right, so as usual, we have opened an R markdown file and a new script file under the markdown type, and I have named the document as experiment 2, which is visible here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is plot the function x squared minus 25, which is a quadratic polynomial in x. I've used the plot function for that. I've defined the variables x and y, and I've defined the color as blue and the function as y is equal to x squared minus 25. This will be the name of the graph which appears at the bottom of the graph here. And then I've given the labels of x and y as x and y. Generating this will give us this function. We can see that this graph represents the y is equal to x squared minus 25, and this is how the graphing has been done. All right. In the second function, I'm going to generate the histogram of randomly generated data which are normally distributed. So the data is random, but they follow the normal distribution. This is available from the rnorm function, and I want my histogram to be of light green color. So when I click this, when I try and run this chunk, I get the output like this. You see that the histogram is generated and the histogram is of green color. The next function is to do a bar plot. I've given random data as apple, banana, cherry, and date, and I've given the counts also as 10, 15, 7, and 5. When I run this chunk, I get the bar plot of this. The next thing I'm going to do is get a scatter plot. So randomly generated data has been selected, and I'm going to plot it as a scatter plot. We use the plot function, and if we use the runif function to generate random numbers of x and y, and running this chunk gets me this output. The next function that we'll discuss is the pie chart. I've predefined data here. Sales has been defined as 20, 30, 25, and 35, and I've given them labels as Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And now when I run this chunk, I get the pie chart of this kind. The last function that we'll discuss is the box plot. I've used normally distributed data and I've generated them. I've generated 100 values which are normally distributed, and I want to plot them as a box plot. Running this chunk will result in this box plot file. So we have seen that we have looked at various functions which will help us generate charts for various data available. So I'll just close all these output files, and I'll export all the outputs into a Word document using the knit to R option available in the R Studio. I'm closing them. The histogram is over, and now I'm closing the polynomial function also. Now I've already named this as plotting data.rmd. This markdown file has been already saved. Now I'll try and export all of this into a Word document. The execution is halted because I have the file open. So I'll just close the file and try again. This will generate a different file, which will also give all the outputs into a Word document.